The first question, it's not really a question, it's really a request. Please tell us a bit about yourself and what your campaign goals are. We'll start with you, Mindy.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Mindy Sotelo. Thank you, Chamber Business Council, for hosting this forum. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in San Benito County. Both sides of my family actually have been here for many generations. Both had small businesses. My grandfather was an apricot and walnut farmer, and my other grandfather started Maccabee Trucking with his brother. I grew up in San Juan Bautista. I graduated from San Benito High, and I got my bachelor's degree from Cal State Monterey Bay. I'm a mother of 3, and I am married. For the past 15 years, I've been at the San Benito County Farm Bureau. That's where I worked frequently and closely with the Board of Supervisors and county staff on many issues. I'm very deep-rooted in our community. I have been president of Hollister Little League, president of Baylor Backers Athletic Organization. I have sat on the Emmaus House Board of Directors. I was the District 3 Parks and Rec Commissioner, and as well as I've served on the School Site Council. My campaign goals, it's to find solutions, and I'll expand on that in a minute.
Hi, good morning. My name's Alfaro. My friends call me Lalo. I was born and raised here in Hollister. I went to school in Spring Grove School. When I grew up, I worked at B&R Farm since I was a kid, until pretty much my high school years. From there, I went on to become a park ranger at Pinnacle's National Monument back then, now known as the National Park. I did that for about 4 years. Started off at being the friendly ranger, charging the fees, and then I promoted on to being part of the law enforcement brand of it. After about 4 years, I lost one of my partners there, and it was kind of dark, so I decided to move on, and I went to Monterey County Probation, and that's where I've been since. I'm a juvenile institutions officer there. I've been there for 17 years. I ran the community service program there for a while, and excuse me. And my focuses are to improve the youth activities here, create youth work programs, improve and expand parks and recreation, also improve the safety and the healthy community. Thank you.
All right, welcome. Your first question, and Eddie, I'll let you start it off. What are the top 3 issues you see facing San Benito County, and what are your proposed solutions?
Since my district is basically downtown area, of course, infrastructure, like everybody else, is one of them. You know, we have a lot of water main breaking, roads that still need to be repaired. As far as infrastructure, my solution would be to listen to community members, make sure we prioritize which areas they need to work most. I've seen improvements lately, but there's always room for improvement, of course. Another issue is parks and recreation. I would like to see it expand throughout the county. As big as it's growing, we really don't have much to do with our families. I mean, if we want to barbecue, either we got to rent out a space at Vets Park or at Tres Pinos, and I don't think that's fair. I would like to see our San Justo Reservoir open again. I took my nieces and nephew when they were kids, but I haven't been able to take my own kids, and that kind of gets me a little bit. Also, the safety. We have seen many unfortunate crimes over the past couple of years that have affected many families. Me working for Monterey County in probation, it's hard to see that bleed out to this community because I live here. Over there, it's part of my work, and it's just like any other law enforcement. You don't want to say you get used to it, but you kind of get used to it, as bad as that sounds. And I don't want to see that here. I think we need to work with all the local leaders, law enforcement. I think law enforcement needs training. They need everything we need to give them everything they need so we could have a big, happy community. You know, thank you.
Same question, Mindy?
Okay, so keeping it to top 3 is really tough, as some of the other candidates said. So I've kind of created a creative way to fit in more than 3, but I'm only going to address 3. So number 1 for me is economic development. We really need more funding here, and with that, it's kind of a domino effect for me. If we can bring in more commercial growth and commercial development, hopefully we can increase the quality of life. We'll have more jobs here, get people off of the roads. They will be living and working locally. They will start spending their dollars here. They won't be stopping on their way home from work, and we have a real opportunity to develop our tourism industry. We are home to a national park. We're home to a California mission. We're home to a state park. We need to start tapping into some of the resources and the assets that we already have and continue building on that. I would love to see agritourism expanded. We've got some amazing wineries. And I think there's grant opportunities as well there for increasing our revenue. So let's diversify it and let's work really hard. The second area for me is leadership. We've got a real issue with employee retention here. We are the training grounds. What can we do better to serve the employees that are working here, making sure they have fair wages, benefits are good, working conditions are good. And we really, really need to start working together as a community, both at the supervisor level with city council, with all of the other agencies that are here working regionally to start solving problems with traffic. Our roads are horrendous, and we can do the work. Lastly, public health and safety is very important. We need to be addressing the fentanyl crisis, the mental health issues that are here, homelessness, crimes and violence. And I believe that through awareness, education, being proactive, and ensuring that we all feel safe in our community, and it really comes down to every single one of these issues, it's working together. Thank you.
Keep it.
All right, the next question for both of you, Mindy, you could start. How will you work to support and encourage local businesses to expand, as well as attract new businesses to San Benito County? 2 minutes.
So coming from Farm Bureau, I really, really understand the red tape bureaucracy and how long it takes to get things done. We need to be a business-friendly community. We've got to do everything we can to streamline processes. We have to create opportunities for our businesses here. We need to hire locally when we can. We need to buy locally when we can. And not create any new rules and regulations that make it harder, more expensive, more cumbersome for business owners. We need to listen and work together. We need to find solutions. As far as attracting new businesses, so important that we continue to fund the Economic Development Corporation, that we continue working with business leaders, the supervisors, the EDC. We need to identify the types of businesses that we want to attract here. Having a group like the EDC that is proactively pursuing potential businesses to come to our community. And so I just think that we really, really need to do everything that we can to work together to promote this wonderful community that we live in. Thank you.
My focus would be to attract and expand local businesses. I would like to focus on the expansion of business downtown area and near the airport. I will work with our past and current leaders in our community, City Council, San Benito County Chamber of Commerce, San Benito County Business Council. I would also like to work on creating initiatives for local businesses to expand, which will create more jobs. And I would love to focus more on the local stuff than bringing in the big companies at the beginning. Thank you.
All right, and torture is almost done. You each have 60 seconds to help us remember you when we leave here today. Eddie, you can go first.
Thank you. Once again, my name's Eddie Alfaro. My friends call me Lalo. I've never thought I'd be in this position, not in 100 years, but I think we're in a critical time. A lot of changes happening in our small community. I think we need to make the best decisions for our future, not only for us, but for our future, our children. I think it's, right now is a critical time where the decisions we make in the next couple of years are gonna affect when we get a little bit older, our retirement, our infrastructure, our city. So as I was talking to my kids before I decided to run, I asked them, everybody has to make a change every day. And they told me, well, how come you don't make a change? You've always done this your life, you've done community service your whole life. And that kind of hit me. And that's why I decided to run for District 3 Supervisor, because I guess you gotta set an example. Thank you.
So in closing, I think it's so important. One of the biggest things for me is showing up in life, right? It's showing up to all of these things. It's showing up, it's caring about our community. So I can promise you, if elected supervisor, I will continue showing up. I will show respect to the other supervisors, for the respect for the position, keeping it very professional. I look forward to collaboration and cooperation, bringing our community together, fighting to preserve our rural heritage and rich history, always putting our community first. We are truly all in this together, and there's a lot of hope and opportunity that we have in this community. I've been endorsed by many trusted leaders, past supervisors, previous and current city council members, community leaders, business owners, as well as the Firefighters Association, Sheriff's Association, Police Officers Association, the nurses, San Benito County Farm Bureau, SEIU 521, the county employees, various labor groups, as well as I've been endorsed by the Democrat Central Committee and the Republican Central Committee. I want to be a leader that can bring our community together and find solutions. Thank you.